Hey everybody, it's Edwardo with your call sheet lock, game start call sheet review. These are, of course, unofficial preliminary numbers. For the hell of it, I just decided I'd fill in some of the preliminary scores. As you can see, Rotten Tomatoes does not have an audience score for anything quite yet. But we do have some scores we can look at, and so far it's been entertaining. First of all, I thank everyone for playing. Only 9 of us this week, but it looks like it's going to be a pretty competitive game. Sorry, Moses Cone, stumble out the gate, but we'll see how the weekend shapes up for you. This is a week where I mentioned to my mother that I was very excited about my strategy. But this wouldn't be the first time where I thought I'd had something fairly unique and super smart, only for Jaybird to snake it and do it better. And that, my friends, is exactly what happened. It's almost as if the Cinema Draft Google Sheets days repeating themselves. Damn it, Jaybird with the preliminary early lead. Let's take a look at his call sheet. And when I first saw his call sheet as I assembled this week's run of the game, I first of all I saw that he hit on what I also hit on, driveways. First of all, anytime you have a movie with this high of a user rating, or of a IMDb user rating, and let's drag this over here. If you look at driveways on Rotten Tomatoes, 100% Rotten Tomatoes score. Now, also, let's keep in mind what exactly a Rotten Tomatoes score is. Basically, they take the amount. I think they take the amount of overall positive reviews versus negative, and if you have 100% positive reviews, it gets 100% Rotten Tomatoes score. So I don't believe it means that exactly all 34 critics who reviewed this loved it, or gave it 100%, like an A plus or something. But all 34 reviews were more positive than negative. So, so Rotten Tomatoes actually, as much as it can get maligned these days for people relying too much on it as far as marketing goes, it still is a pretty good barometer of what critics are thinking in aggregate. So anytime you have a 100% Rotten Tomatoes score paired with 7.2 user rating on IMDb, you have a strong feeling it's going to do well out the gate. So he went with a full, wow, he did a 6-pack with 3 co-stars, 2 headliners, and a day player. It's very smart. That actually might be part of optimal strategy. Optimal strategy each week will change. It'll change depending on the strength of the content offered. But one thing I have noticed in going back with our back tests, that you're going to want to have your day player, at least 1 co-star, and most likely a headliner stack from whatever you think is going to be the strongest show of that week. And actually, let me show you a little feature I snuck in here on this week's and moving forward call sheets, is that I'm going to start posting the previous results. So you can go to this page, the scoring tab, and you can go down here and click on one of the previous alpha tests. And you can see right here the modified perfect call sheet. And this will show you what the perfect call sheet would have looked like for a previous week's game using the new modified scoring. See this? See how co-star Tiger Tail here is actually different than the day player of Tiger Tail and also the headliner of Tiger Tail. So going back with these previous box office reports, these previous weeks of games, you will see the mod perfect call sheet next to the perfect call sheet for that week under the rules at the time, but the modified perfect call sheet would be under our now modified call sheet rules. as you can see. And as you can see, even the difference between the modified perfect call sheet and the perfect call sheet, the strategy changes here. Under the old rules, without the co-star 20% bonus, there really was only one way to play. It was 8 headliners, 1 co-star, 1 day player. Here, with the modified perfect call sheet, it switches. It's a little different. And the one thing I did like is as you go through each week, you'd see that it's not a solitary strategy. It's not the strategy is not solitary. Here, I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here, it's a 6-pack. Whereas for the game that started on April 9th, it was actually a 4-pack. So it'll change week to week, but generally, you need to figure out which show each week you think is going to have the optimal score, and then you have to have at least this much of it. That's what I'm guessing. I could be wrong. All right. Anyways, as dreaded, now that Jaybird has awoken in this game, he's going to be a tough competitor to beat each week. Off to a strong start with his 6-pack of Driveways, headliner stack of Solar Opposite, headliner stack of Spaceship Earth. I respect it, man. I wasn't sure how animation was going to do, so I probably didn't even research Solar Opposites like I should have. But I love the almost all-in strategy on Driveways. Just for some background on Jaybird. Jaybird and I were both in this poker training class literally a decade ago. I think it was in November of 2010. We were both super into it. He was the best player in our class. He promptly went out and just won a bunch of money off a small buy-in, fading 48,000 people in an online poker tournament. He's really good at game theory and strategy. I hate his guts because he kept beating us when we were alpha testing Cinema Draft in a similar spreadsheet mode. So he's back to his old tricks. And one way that we were trained as far as optimal strategy goes, I guess is just kind of finding the best method and exploiting it. He's definitely exploiting Driveways, what he thinks is the edge in Driveways. The way we're trained is we're high risk, high reward. So obviously if Driveways bombed, we'd both be screwed, but he definitely leveraged Driveways heavily. I like it. My call sheet, similarly 1, 2, 3. I also had a 6-pack of Driveways. I did hedge though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I had a 6-pack of Driveways. I think Call Your Mother should do pretty well. It's Mother's Day this weekend. It's got a lot of your favorite comedians. Nothing registered in it yet, like Aquafina, Yvonne Orgy, who actually I found out today. I think I saw a clip of a trailer that she has a comedy special coming out on Netflix in about a month's time. So let's keep our eyes open for that. I didn't really know she was a comedian. I just thought she was a very attractive actress on Insecure. So let's look out for her comedy special sometime in, I think, June? July? Anyways, have a good trip. It's expensive because it is a documentary. And as you know, in this game so far, I believe the right pricing strategy is to price documentaries up. But it comes out on Monday, which means it's going to be a late Sunday night debut. Now, was it last week? 2 weeks ago? I think it was last week. Never Have I Ever was also a Monday late Sunday night debut that really actually tended to work. So it just kind of depends on whether enough people will be up Pacific, midnight Pacific time to watch this. If enough people will watch and rate within that 12-hour window between midnight Pacific time, Sunday night, early Monday morning, and noon, 12 p.m. on Monday Pacific time. Will there be enough people to register it, or to register a review or rating? I don't know. It's a risk. But right now, it has all default scores. I'm a little concerned that it may not even garner a critic score or a Rotten Tomatoes page at all. But we'll see how this evolves over the weekend. All right, so that was my strategy's call sheet. And I know this much is true, is probably what's holding me back right now. Hasn't gotten a ton of great ratings. And actually, now I think about it, I had a feeling I probably should have swapped this out. The early reviews have been mixed, decidedly mixed. But once again, this is an audience game. You know, we lean into the taste of the masses. So it being on HBO, it's starring Mark Ruffalo in a dual role, playing twins of himself. I don't know, so fingers crossed. But that's what's keeping me, 1,000 points behind Jaybird right now? Oh my goodness. Oh, sorry, 100 points behind Jaybird. I mean, just what a magnificent start. Look at that. Look at this bang look at this value. This is insane. 16.5 points per 1,000 spent. He only spent 71,000 on his budget so far. Well, he only spent 71,000 on his budget, but a 16.5 point per 1,000 out the gate. That's absurd. Just absurd. This is Jaybird stunting on me right now. I could spend 30% less than you did on your call sheet and get, what's that? I don't know, 40% more value. It's just a sicko. All right, I love that call sheet. Gamble 24x7, the all-time cinema draft money leader. He also has got a strong start. Let's take a look at his call sheet real quick. He has a 4-pack of Sideways. What keep wanting to call it Sideways? The Alexander Payne movie with Sandra Oh. No, it's Driveways. He has a 4-pack of Driveways. And like I mentioned, he has the essentials. A headliner stack, a co-star, and a day player. So that's smart. And the rest is headlinered out. And he's got room to grow. He's got room to run. I know I know this much is true. Also might be an albatross around his neck. But Spaceship Earth is a strong start. And I'm very, very curious to see how Tyler Perry's Bruh is going to perform this week. Mostly because Tyler Perry's fans are legion. He definitely programs directly to them. I'm not even sure if this will get ratings critically, but even if he only gets some sort of audience score, he might be in good shape there because Tyler Perry's audiences love him. I'm not Tyler Perry's audience. And actually, Spaceship Earth is off to a pretty good start considering Spaceship Earth. Here we go. Yeah, Spaceship Earth's off to a pretty good start. Critically acclaimed. Decent IMDb user score. Will be interesting to see how audiences treat it starting, I guess, tomorrow. Yeah, I guess this debuts tomorrow on Hulu. So probably midnight tonight, this Thursday night. And yes, wow, Mom, the draft mom. Woo, okay, she's off to a good start. I see my coaching her up this week has helped. Mind you, I did not do anything with her call sheet, but we did have an intense coaching session earlier this week, and looks like she's taken it to heart. So let's see what she's done. So it looks like she has bet heavily on Spaceship Earth documentary. So she's got a 4-pack of Spaceship Earth. Yeah, actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 of her 10 slots on her call sheet are documentaries. So she's taken the documentary guidance to heart. So she's got Call Your Mother, partial of that I see. Headliner stack of Driveways. Way to suss that out, Mom, because I purposely did not put you on that scent this week, and it looks like you were able to suss it out, figure out that it's off to a strong start. Good job by you. And old girl puts in work. From what she tells me, she sits there at the computer, watches every trailer, I guess checks out all the different sites to see if there are any initial ratings, whatever. So good for you, Mom. I know this much is true. Also, we might not really see the true performance, but I know this much is true until, honestly, the final scoring. It debuts Sunday night. So I expect we'll see an influx of IMDb user ratings and Rotten Tomatoes audience scores, probably from after our Sunday estimates update to final score. So this could be the decider, to be honest with you. And Walkaway Joe. Okay. don't know much about Walk Away Joe, except it's got 2 pretty compelling leads and not a lot of buzz. So I don't know. I don't know about this one, Mom. This one might actually keep you from winning, but I've been wrong before. And one of the calls you want to look at real quick. Red Ibis, my girl Deidre. I like the 2-pack. I like the headliner stack of Call Your Mother. I like the shot you're taking on Tyler Perry's Bruh for all the reasons we mentioned earlier. Solar Opposites totally escaped me, so good catch right here. J.J. Villard's Fairy Tales I'm concerned about. No one seems to know much about this. This is Adult Swim. This is our first Adult Swim title in the game. These are kind of like, I guess, animated shorts, so I'm not sure if there'll be critical reviews. So this is also a kind of test for our system to see whether we should have Adult Swim content on here and also how well they'll perform. So animation. So we'll see. I do like Have a Good Trip, but as I mentioned before, this might be a late performing title. So stay tuned. Valeria, no traction. Valeria, I believe, does not have. It has nothing. Oh, okay. I was going to say it has nothing but default scores, but it looks like Metacritics do have a critical score. It just happens to match the default score. All right. So good to see you in there. I am curious about why Moses Cone, Cinema Draft Advisor Anton Alfrenes is DFL, but we don't go there. And Ring Balls, our benefactor last week. Once again, preliminary scores. I like the 3-pack of Solar Opposites, headliner stack of Spaceship Earth. Interesting. I like the 3-pack here of Have a Good Trip. Will be late performing though. I think you need more driveways, bruh. That's what might hold you back. You need more driveways. It's early though, but if you had more driveways, your early results would be Jaybird-esque. And then Call Your Mother. Once again, Mother's Day this weekend. I like its chances. All right, so thanks everybody for playing, for helping on this alpha test. The results have been promising so far. I firmly believe we will not be in spreadsheet format forever. Oh, also, let's take a look at these averages so far. So these are the averages this week across the board, and these are the season averages for the previous 4 weeks combined with this week as well. So as you can see, below average, everything's below average, but we just got started. Actually, this one's a little slightly above average. And it's these type of numbers and metrics which I'm in love with. I'm sure I might find some other little things to shoehorn into this format over the weekend. And as always, your feedback is encouraged. Hit me up. Join the group chat. Let me know how you feel about this game. Appreciate your support and your play. And we'll see y'all Saturday afternoon.